What's up, everybody? This week was an awesome week at Auburn. We did an awesome job in a lot of different aspects, but our coaches came and gave us a great game plan. Our offense did a great job. Defense stepped up in a big way. It was a lot of good things that happened. But the thing I want to start with was our offensive line and protection. Throughout the game, there's a lot of different plays that happened. This one happened later in the game. This is when Stetson Bennett took a shot over to the top, to the deep post, to McConkey. And what you'll see is they actually brought a seven-man pressure. So they're trying to bring the pressure against us and basically get pressure in Stetson's face. We do a great job of using the play action and the run game as a way of making those defenders really stop their rush and then continue to rush. But let's talk through this real quick. So we lined up in a heavy set. We're in a two tight end set. All right. We've got Bowers to our right and 86 to our left. All right. We got McConkey to our left. And I believe it was number 5 out to our right. Just in a regular pro set, two tight end set, looking like we're going to continue to pound the ball. Want to say that this is not only set up by this game, it was set up by last game, us being physical at the point of attack and doing a great job up front. So what we do, all right, is we sell basically an inside zone to our right. Okay, we're going to set up, we're going to run action. He's going to do a little half boot, set up in the backfield, and we're running a deep post here. All right, we're running a curl to our right, and we're actually trying to send our tight end down the seam or down the sideline one more time on a wheel route, okay? So what happens right here is we do a great job up front, all right, setting up the protection, all right? So we're basically sliding the pro. We're going to be in a 7-man pro right here. These guys are all sliding. He's going to lock backside with that tight end right there, okay? One thing you're going to see is the defense actually brings a 7-man pressure, all right, or 6-man pressure. I'm going to change my color real quick, all right? What they do is they bring this guy right here. They're bringing him here. He's rushing here. He's coming outside. They're actually bringing the Mike and the Sam right down the middle, all right? What you'll see is that the offensive line does a great job of basically washing all these guys down, all right? This guy rolls up. He's now got the back. The strong safety has the tight end. The Will has this tight end, and then they're man-to-man on the outside, okay? What we do a great job of is setting a wall up front. These guys are rushing. They see run. They're going to try to attack the run. They have to stop, see that it's passed, and then redirect. But by then, Stetson does a great job of setting up in the backfield, seeing the post, putting the post on or across his angle. There's one thing we hate as quarterback coaches is seeing a post running wide open over the middle and he throws it over the top of that post. Stetson does a great job laying it out in front of him, right on his angle. We run up under it, catch it, run into the end zone. And that really was a very pivotal point in this game when we truly started to take over and make this game what it seemed to be like by the end in a nice little old-fashioned butt whooping in a rivalry game. So that was play number 1. We'll continue to work with the second play. So the second play I wanted to talk about is something that I've seen Coach Monken do in the past couple games. This one really stood out because we actually did use Stetson's wheels in the progression and in the read. This is the first play of the second quarter, all right, when Stetson takes off running. We actually the defender for Auburn actually gets a targeting penalty at the end of this. But I want to talk about just the thought process and the scheme of this play. Okay, so if we're in a regular pass protection, okay, we're going to basically have these 4 guys blocked all down here, all right, by our O-line, and then we're going to pick one more. So we're going to say that's our mic point. Okay, so now we know that our O-line is working to those 4 and the mic, all right? Our back can either be on scan or whatever it is. In this certain thing, what we're doing is we're actually running a corner here, a hitch outside, a corner here, and a hitch outside. Okay, this is a great red zone play. The reason is a lot of the times defenses do basically a combo coverage in which they will run everybody out of the box. All right, and then that Mike is the only guy left in the box for us to run at as a quarterback with the QB draw. That's exactly what we do here. What Stetson does is he looks out here and he knows this back is going to be responsible for this will. So we've got everybody in this box blocked right here, okay? He's going to look out here and see, hey, is he leaning into the box, or is this guy rolling down into the box? Are they adding an extra hat into the box? If not, then we're going to run the ball. If they do, we're simply going to throw one of these pass routes because we're protecting it in a specific way. So we're going to erase some of this stuff just so we can draw a little bit better. All right. But what we do right here is the Sam stays out of the box outside. The free safety stays high. Stetson sees it. It's an awesome job. We end up setting here. All right. Our guard and center end up working up to the mic. All right, we set here. They rush outside. We set here, and our tailback leads up on the will. Stetson takes a step back, and then he takes off. We end up running down here to about the 2 or the 3, getting the target penalty and setting us up for a touchdown in a time when we really needed some points to kind of get that separation and start to feel a little bit better as we're pushing into that second quarter. So that was a great job of Stetson seeing exactly what we need to see, but Coach Monken putting us in a position for us to take advantage of the numbers and Stetson's ability to run the football. So one thing I also want to talk about was the defense. We did an awesome job in a lot of situations. The situation that impressed me the most right off the bat was right before half. Auburn gets a great drive, gets all the way down to the 3-yard line after a penalty. They decide to go for it on 4th down. Okay. So what Bobo is known for, okay, he likes to get into this bunch set right here, which he shifted into. All right. And he loves to attack the sideline. Okay. He likes to run rub routes, pick routes, sprint the quarterback out to the right and put it on him. Okay. So Bobo actually breaks a tendency in this play, all right, and he decides to attack the middle of the end zone. All right, so let's talk about what they did and then talk about how we defended it. All right, so backside, they wanted to take care of these 2 guys and make sure they did not get into the play. All right, we're also protecting the slant. That's a good thing. All right, they run a post corner, so these guys are out of there. They're gone. Okay. What they actually do, all right, is they take this guy, they push him up and run him across, okay? What this does is it pulls our Sam all the way out of the play, all right? And it tries to run a little bit of a rub route on this guy. This looks a lot like what they normally do, okay? The difference is after they come in motion here, our strong safety Brini comes just to his outside hip. He pushes up, and he's trying to run a post right here, okay? And then this guy is actually going to act like he's running a flat and coming right back up under. Okay, so what happens is for us covering this, all right, our Sam does a great job of basically mashing this guy down and taking him out of the play right now. Okay, that takes him out of the play. Brini actually does a great job of staying on this guy's hip. All right, and as he broke onto his inside hip and actually makes the play. All right, but I also want to talk about this third read was also covered as he came back under. We smother it right here with our linebacker. All right. So we did a great job in covering those things. We were also prepared by leaving this corner outside for all the sprint out stuff. Our guys did a great job of executing. They threw the ball a little high. We made a good play. We broke on the ball. Great job stopping them right before half in the way that it could have been 17-10 going into halftime. It's still 17-3. We're coming out. We're in control of the game of the second half. Sets us up for the rest of the game. All right, the last play I wanted to talk about is at a point in the time of the game where it felt like we were in control, but the score is still 27-10. It's early in the 4th quarter, 13 minutes and 45 seconds left. And basically, Auburn's got the ball, trying to push the ball down the field and make this basically a 2-score game if they get into the end zone. All right. So with that, all right, we get them into a 3rd and 4. We like to run on a whole bunch of players and get into our nickel and dime packages. This is an awesome opportunity to kind of see what's going on behind the scenes as we do those things, and why it becomes so hard for the defense or for the offense to really see what's happening when we have all these athletes on the field. Okay, so we get into a 4-down front. All right, when we line up, all right, they're in a 3-by-1 set. They're condensed split to the boundary over here. All right, and they're going to motion their tight end all the way across to the outside. Okay. What you'll see is none of our guys move. They don't see it. They don't care. All right. Because we're going into a zone. That's okay. They probably saw it. But the thing that you're going to have to look at as a quarterback, if you're looking at this defense, is you're like, hey, who's my mic point? Who am I going to point out for us to block? So normally we're going to block basically this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy are 4 down, and the most basically the most dangerous guy, who's our Will. Okay. So normally, hey, we're just going to say, hey, 5-0. So we're going to block everybody man on man. All right. So what we do, Coach Lanning does as a defense and as a staff to basically upset that and mess with that, is we end up dropping these guys out. All right. The more you watch, the more you see how athletic our defensive ends are and how we use them in coverage almost as much as we use them in our rush game or rush defense. Okay. So we drop those guys out. All right. What you'll see is basically we cross face here, we outside rush here, and they're not there. If they get to the quarterback, great. But these two guys are all about contain, okay? Because what we've got is basically what we got used to call Maka blitz, all right? We're bringing the Will, we're bringing the Mike, and we're bringing number 16, our safety, right down the middle, okay? So what you see is actually these two offensive linemen think they're blocking out there. They get wide, and we get right down the middle into the pressure into his face. So what happens backside is we're playing quarters. We get to here. We're walling at our defensive end and basically not allowing anything to enter the middle of the field. We take away all their quick throws. We did a great job in this instance. This guy was running free, but he didn't even have time to get there because we did such a great job up front attracting these two offensive linemen to the left and doing a great job of pushing up the middle with our Mike linebacker and getting into the face of a great athlete, but challenging him with our athletes coming right down his throat. Did a great job, sack them, make them punt, really, really kind of put that game out of reach at this point in time. So great job defense, great job stepping up and making a play. So the last thing I want to talk about is a great effort play. Okay, now this might not feel or seem like it, but this play is actually a 3rd and 2 for us on offense. We're driving the field. We're trying to put this game in a better situation at 17-3. But what you'll see is we roll Stetson out. Okay, great play call, trying to get him out on perimeter where he can use both his feet and his arm to get this 2 yards. That's all we need. Auburn does a great job at defensive end, not biting on the play fake and driving upfield with their defensive end. The hard thing, all right, as a quarterback, especially Stetson, you've seen a lot of times is he's going to get into a situation where he has pressure. And what does he do? He throws the ball up. We end up having an interception and something bad happens. So the play started out bad. All right. He did not turn it into a catastrophe. So I'm giving the fist bump to Stetson. He did a great job of just taking the sack, allowing us to punt the ball down the field, making Auburn drive down the field right before half. We end up getting that stop right at the end that we already talked about. And we go to the halftime 17-3, still in firm control of this game. So it seemed like something that could have been bad. It was bad, but we didn't turn it into a catastrophe as Stetson held onto the ball, took the sack, and sometimes taking the sack and punting the ball is the best play you can do as a quarterback. Great job, Stetson. Great job offense. Great job defense. Auburn was a good opponent. We got another one coming up next week in Kentucky. I'll be excited to see how we do.